No, I got to lean in.
Yes, 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 yes. What's going on? Hey to the people. Can the people say hey?
Hey man.
Hey.
Hey. All right. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Danny. Hey,
Hey.
you. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
Hey, Sammy. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Y'all look nice tonight. Okay.
you do too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Listen, this is my any old thing. When you see this on, honey,
I
just
had a
know she
t-shirt
barely
on.
made it the wig this way.
I had a t-shirt on that
Listen,
said, "Baby, I got to change. It's clean," but I wore this like 2 reviews ago. I had to change.
I don't know how many reviews I've worn it, but it's always clean. And if you got something you want to say about it, you
Send a
go ahead
donation
and
if you
buy me
got something to
something
say.
else.
Send a donation if you got something to say.
You see that thing?
they got to make sure
Yeah,
they
send a
subscribers first. They
donation.
will have an opinion.
Period. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4 of Queens of R&B, SWV and Escape. And we're going to go ahead and lean in. But before we do, we want to make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this video. And beware, because Asia may or may not be popping up. But if she pops up, she's going to pop through with everything that she's got to say. You know, it's always popping. Catch
Pop
that
up.
pop.
Guess
Okay,
who? Bitch?
poppers. What?
I said, "Pop up." Guess who?
Oh,
Bitch?
I thought you said poppers.
I don't
You
do that.
say. I've never done it either. I'm scared because the people say they just be falling out and stuff. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Only person I would think would be worried about poppers on this
Is
particular
Jamie?
platform. Oh, well, I was gonna say Sister Hot Puss Hot Box, but
Jamie.
tomato tomato.
Okay.
Oh girl, we just threw Jamie up, child. I love it. I live, buddy. All right, so we're gonna get started right along with the show. Taj and Lily, excuse me, are training. What? Are training? Oh yes, Taj. Okay, why is that Lily? Taj and Coco, excuse me, are training and rehash the last meeting they had with Escape, where they both agreed that they should co-headline. Coco almost went back to the Bronx days. You know those days where Taj may or may not have found her to be an insufferable diva ass bitch. She almost went into that 1990 pocket. If you guys want a great example of what Todd is talking about, I implore you to go use this YouTube that you're on, but after the show is over with, of course, and just type in SWV interviews and look at the ones from the 90s. And you will see what she's talking about because Coco is all up and through acting a hot mess.
They can literally go back to the Wii TV show.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Yeah. She was doing that a couple years ago, too. You're absolutely right. Coco says she almost went back to her Bronx days. And they say that they work with bigger groups than Xscape and SWV combined, such as In Vogue and TLC. And they both outsold those two groups. Excuse me. Excuse me, let me make sure I get this right. TLC and SWV both outsold Xscape and SWV in their heydays. And that is true. That is the high that I really feel like the pecking order would be TLC, In Vogue, SWV, and Escape as far as sales are combined, sales are, concerned. And she says that they were not treated that way, um, as opposed to the way that Escape and their little 7 million treated them. And for the '90s girls, that's a big deal. And I think that it goes to show you the competitive rivalries that they had in the '90s. They may have been courted to a degree, but it was very competitive. You know what I mean? Especially, I would say, with TLC and Escape, only because they're both Atlanta-based groups. You know what I mean? So, hey, what you guys think about
I
Taj
did
and Coco
find it
working out?
funny. The working out was cool, but I found it funny that she acknowledged her working with TLC and In Vogue and how they weren't divas. Or I get Escape is not in sync, but why she didn't mention Salt and Pepper?
Well, they R&B. Nah,
So she said
Yeah.
R&B, baby.
R&B. Give me one moment. Let me go ahead and look through the comments. Let's see. Okay, Dr. C, who says, I am here. Thank you, Dr. C, who for always being here for us
You're
like you
always
are. We
here.
appreciate you. He's always here. Or she,
She, because I
them,
got
they.
corrected.
Okay, he.
She.
We don't know. She.
It's a
Excuse
lady.
me. I'm sorry, baby.
I had said he
Oh,
was just based on the picture, but I was corrected. It was not no ill intent or malice when I said it.
okay. All right. All righty. Yes, honey. So there's that scene. And Lily is working on her erotic novel, Sister Hotbox. I would not be saying the P word because I'm not saying the P word. I really don't like saying the P word. And she shares an explicit snippet with her group's manager. I'm not recapping that. I thought it was blasphemous, but hey, now we know
It
what
wasn't.
Sister HP is.
It was
What?
cringy.
I didn't live.
Yeah.
I didn't live.
It didn't seem
I didn't
natural.
live. Yeah, I didn't live.
She's been working on that since the We TV show, haven't she? Though
That I don't remember, baby, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I
10
remember
chapters is
her.
a lot of work. How many
Chapter a
ways
year.
can you get rammed? Oh, wait, is that inappropriate? Like,
I
how
was
many
gonna
ways
say
can
10
you get?
chapters. I'm sorry, Chase. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I just want to know, like, because you got to spruce it up. You can't keep doing it the same way every chapter. So you got to flip it around, smack it, rub it down a different way in each chapter. So that probably took her 10 years. But she says that SWV is the priority, and that is on the TLC tip. If y'all know how you get it, get it. Okay, no, y'all don't get it. That's all right. That's the first TLC album. That's
No,
all
I
right.
remember.
Okay, thank you. Nobody liked it. It's all right though. I'm gonna do it again. Hey, you're gonna like it. Anyway, yes. So she says they too go ahead and rehash the escape meeting that they had, and Lily says that she just wants everyone to put the egos aside and make history. Now, I love this version that we're getting of Miss Lily down to the TV screen, but that version of Lily down to the Twitter is a hot mess. Lily, please get off of Twitter. Please, I implore you, get off the Twitter, Lily. Has anybody been seeing Lily's tweets?
I'll read them in her voice too.
Nah, how the heck you do that?
Easily.
We know Dr. C. We got it correct. I'm so sorry, my sweet baby. You are a woman. Mel NYC reviews. Chase, what are we forgetting? Brownstone? Well, we're not forgetting brownstones, but we were talking about sales.
Brownstone isn't in that conversation.
They
still owe their manager. They still owe Sony a couple of $100,000 from. They still in the hole with Sony for their cost, but that's another show.
They're still in the hole, but guess what? Them help us sing. I love the original group.
Yeah,
Them help us sing.
With Keena.
Yeah, no, not without. I know y'all like the Keena version, but I don't like the Keena version.
I like Keena.
I know y'all like Keena. I know. But I like the original version, Mimi, Nikki, and Maxie.
Okay.
I like that version. Because Mimi had them top notes.
Chase loves original girls. I've learned
You only
that
wanted half.
I'm an OG kind of a girl, yes. I appreciate all things. I appreciate Keena,
that.
but
Brownstone had my song called Half of You. That was nice.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Y'all go check out Brownstone, Half of You. And while you get that half on that side, I'm gonna get the other half on this side because Tamika meets with Taj, where they discuss the details of their joint show. They discuss everything from wardrobe and stage design. And I want to know, if we were a music group, what would y'all wear? Because Tamika said she wanted like a what? A busted up wilted whore. Is that what she said?
Pretty much.
Okay. What would I wear? I would wear.
It
would be very regal.
I need something flowy, like a twirl.
Yes, very.
Very Diana Ross.
Yes.
What you gonna wear, Jeremy? You gonna wear some Trina shorts?
You know,
we can't be in no group. I can't. What is this, Destiny's Child?
Nasty, put some clothes on. I told
he would have on his shorts, and then Beyonce gonna have on her mini skirt, and then Michelle gonna have on her pantsuit.
She's gonna have pants for the Lord.
I love Michelle, but my God, today. Thank you, Antonio. Please like this video. Yes, we need you to please like it. Art Roy says, I'm an original fan also. I still say the new girl of En Vogue. What about her? Because I like Rona, Art Roy. So what you finna say about Rona? Because I'm not going to have it.
I'm staying out of this
Give
one.
me un momento.
Y'all, it is Sammy's birthday Friday.
Is this Friday?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
Turning a lovely 25 again.
Plus,
It's your world.
that's why I'm heading down to the Houston.
Oh, okay. I see how they do. I see how the people do. Yes, that's one girl group I'm not a part of. Anywho, I'm gonna let you sing lead if it's your birthday, Sammy. Dang.
Oh,
Thank you.
But I won't have to now because I'm NFI, not effing invited. Speaking of which, SWV are meeting with Escape and Steven, who helps with the creative design, and make sure that everything is coming along well. Tamika starts by talking about the design, but Coco cuts straight to the point, and she want to know, listen, what's going on with the headliner, co-headliner situation? All this sounds good, but I'm not getting on none one of them horses if we don't get this headliner situation strizzed, okay? And, Katie says, well, I'm all right with whatever the group say. Now I just want to break this down, okay? I'm gonna break down the scene, and then, I'm sure, because Sammy has actually watched to speak on it, so please feel free to enlighten us on what Candy's alternate take was, but in the scene, this is how it appears. To me, I'm a Scorpio, I'm kind of extra observant. I see stuff that people don't see or don't even exist, but I saw something, and I'm gonna break it all the way down. All right, so Candy says that whatever my group decides, I'm rolling with, right? Keep that in mind, guys. So everyone is sitting around looking, and then Latasha says, it should just be headlining, co-headlining, and that's that. And let's move forward. SWV is happy not knowing that they've been played in the situation, and Candy is upset because she says that the group had already previously agreed that they were going to assert that they were going to be the headliners of this particular show. However, I want to make sure I have her words correct. She did not want to make Latasha look like the savior, so she stepped back. And when I say, I know there are people who are confused sometimes about why I'm saying that everyone has a role in the problem. I think that kind of illustrated where Candy's problem kind of comes in, okay? So let's go back to the beginning. Coco cut straight to the point. She says, what's going on with the headline and co-headlining situation? Candy says in the meeting, I'll let my group decide, and whatever they decide, I'm rocking with, knowing full well that they had a conversation previously where they had decided that they were going to assert that they were the headliners, correct? Does anybody see a little shadiness, a little sneakiness in that, or no?
So unfortunately, my in-laws just walked in here, so I can't speak how I want to speak. But this is why, if y'all remember in the group when I said we were texting in that group when the scene originally, when the sneak peek aired, and I said I had something for Tiny when we did the review, depending on how it played out. So now watching the episode, because remember last week I was riding on Candy because I didn't feel like that she talked to the group, and I felt like it was unfair for her to throw that out there, not knowing that there was a conversation between Candy, Tamika, and Tiny. So now we come here, and of course y'all have all these bright ideas, and Coco's like, before we even get into all that, what is really going on? So this is why Candy says, well, because then Coco says, well, Candy, which is why Candy says, well, whatever the group decides, I'm with it. Because at this point, I done already stepped out there for us, and y'all left me sitting there hanging, making it look like I'm a problem when we have discussed this amongst one another. So now at this point, Coco calling me out, whatever the hell y'all want to do, I'm with it. Candy's issue, what she said on the speaker, I didn't get to finish it all, but what she said was her, Tiny, and Tamika spoke about how they feel like they should headline. So Tasha wasn't even a part of the conversation. Mind you, she didn't know what she wanted to do. So she said she had an issue for Tasha all of a sudden just saying, let's just co-headline. You ain't even spoke to the group, so how you don't even know if you want to be a part of the group, but you speaking up. So that's what Candy's issue was. Like, Tasha, you hadn't been a part of no meetings. We've been trying to ask you questions. You didn't have anything for us, but now we get it from the SWV, and now you want to cater to them, and let's just all co-headline. Well, girl, you don't even know what side conversations we having.
Now, I agree. I don't want people to think just because I see error in Candy's opera, how the way she moves, that I don't see error in the way that Latasha moves. How dare you come into a situation and make a decision? You don't get to come in and out, and then when you come in, just do what you say. And when you out, it's everybody be sad and wait around for me. It doesn't work like that, my sweet baby. You cannot come in and be Lord of the Manor, darling. Are you in? Are you out? Remember the other season when Tiny asked Candy, "Is you in or is you out? Are you in or are you out?" Yep. You cannot come in and do what you're doing and make this grand proclamation without speaking to the girls. That is just as inconsiderate to them as you say they are to you. So that is where Latasha comes in. I just did not really like, and then the whole, basically she said, I'm not going to give Latasha the satisfaction of being a savior, so I'm going to sit back and hush. I feel like they have always had this kind of thing going on, and it's really nothing to be doing all it over. It's really tit for tat. It's tit for toot at this point, and I am getting annoyed with the whole situation. I'm just be honest with you. That's how I feel about it.
I think she said her frustration.
Sammy, go ahead.
She said, I think from in the scene, her frustration came from she felt like Tasha was making it seem like it was her decision versus Tasha not knowing that she spoke with Tiny and Tamika, and the three of them agreed that they should headline. So now SWV looking at Candy like this bitch and her ego when it was really a group decision. But then Tasha comes and said, well, let's just co-headline anyway. And what I don't like is the Tamikas, y'all just sitting there, y'all ain't got nothing to say. Like y'all are not going to.
But Tasha spoke so fast. At that point, it would make them all look bad if they jumped in and said
they would have looked bad. And then SWV is over there jumping on couches like they're a damn rugrat.
Yeah, Tasha knew that. And I also think Tasha doing, and we'll see it later on some more in the episode, but Tasha doing everything she can to argue with Candy. She wants to argue with Candy on purpose so that she can leave and say, I'm done. Tasha can't leave peacefully. Tasha wants to be able to say, I'm done with y'all, I'm doing my own thing. Like, she has to leave in dysfunction. She can't leave the right way.
She just left the right way. It's just, you always have to have somebody to come back to, and you would think that life would have showed her the same asses you kick on the way up is the same asses you have to kiss on the way down. If you do not like Candy as much as it seems that you don't, why would you have wanted to kiss her ass on more than one occasion? Because believe you me, in order for this to go away, it's going to have to be a whole lot of ass kissing on all four sides, because this has become a mess through social media. They're taking jabs back and forth. They're doing speak on it. They're replying, rebutting, renewing, renitting, renutting. And I'll be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, I am highly disappointed because, yes, a reality TV show, but I want to see fights about the set list that we're going to get, or fights about, wardrobe and staging and stuff like that. I don't want to see it get as nasty and personal as it has gotten, because I love these groups. And so for me to see that it's not able to work out, I got PTSD because, Sammy says I'm an original fan. I am an original fan of the original Destiny Child. And I remember I was riding home in that school bus when I found out that LaToya and LaTavia got put out. And ever since then, I have had PTSD when it comes to groups. En Vogue can't get it together. Destiny Child can't get it together. Xscape can't get it together. Where's 702 to get it together, goddammit? I just, Lord, 702 missing on the member because one of them sick, unfortunately. But you know what I mean? Like, Lord, just can't nobody get together. Dan, you got something you want to say before we move on? Oh, wait.
I'll say, my comment will go on later when Tasha's signing her contract. I'll wait till then.
Somebody saying inner cry. Yes, it's the inner damn cry. I've had Botox and I can't cry, so leave me alone, the lady. On the screen, Byron Nelson says, Sammy, did you tell them what I said? So what did Byron say?
Barry. Oh, that's Ron. Ron said y'all gonna stop riding on Candy ass. He said
Candy gonna get rolled.
Candy is that girl. Y'all are gonna
She is that girl.
Respect Candy.
We do. She is that girl. We respect Candy, but when she's wrong, I think that there has been something that has not really happened a lot. Is people actually hold her accountable and call her out on it because they're scared of what.
I feel like she gets called out regardless of what she do. She can pop up on the scene and she's a problem. She said that in her speak on it. She said, y'all cannot like her, but y'all, regardless of anything, y'all gonna respect her as a businesswoman. Y'all was mad.
Absolutely.
She brought that point up, but she said, whatever she does, y'all are going to reach and make her the problem regardless of what's being said. And I agree with that because Candy, she's not liked. So whatever she do, people just they're gonna pick at it.
Two things I like about Candy, her business aspect, and she don't lie. That's really about it.
But
I respect that.
I respect it as well. My problem with people who always say that you're going to make me the problem is that they rarely believe that they are the problem, and that is the problem I have with Candy.
Her and Tasha
that is what I. Her and Latasha are a lot alike. That is the problem I have with Candy. I don't think that I've ever just seen her be like, you know what, I was wrong. I just have never seen her do that. She has done things that contribute to demises of friendships and relationships as well. That doesn't mean that people, just because you admit that you're wrong or you acknowledge what you've done, it doesn't mean that people are going to like you any more or any less, but they may respect you a little bit more because of the accountability issue. And I feel, I'm just saying, through watching her through certain friendships and certain issues from Housewives of Atlanta to these two shows with her group, I see things that she does as well, and she does not acknowledge them, but she is very adept. She's very, quick to point out what someone else does, and I don't actually ever really see her pointing out what she does.
I mean, what's the difference between her and any other housewives that we've seen? But they all do that. But for some reason, Candy's she gets.
But not with me. I'm just saying that's not what Sammy. Not with me. I let everybody know when they're wrong. Not with me.
Well, yeah, you. But I'm saying just in general. Like we're speaking.
I can't speak for nobody else. I'm only speaking for me.
But
so as for me, in general, I do think that she gets a lot of unnecessary hate.
Right.
I did not understand why people sided. Now, see, here we go. I don't really understand why people sided with Phaedra over her. I don't get it. I think that whatever Phaedra, I'm just saying, I feel like whatever Phaedra did, in regards to the lie or whatever the lie was, blue, it supersedes the back and forth that they had going on for years. To me, the lie trumps all of it. So that's where I drew the line. But let me see what the people in the comments saying, because they are chatting up a storm. Hey, JT Lid, how are you? This is one of my buddies right there. One of my buddies. MJ says, oh wait, let me go back to a comment. Because Art World told me I needed to chill, boo. Yes, here we go. Nothing. I still call her the new girl, and she's been in the group probably longer than Donna Maxine. She can sing, chill. No, I get riled up about Rona because Rona is a Mouseketeer from the new Mickey Mouse Club. She was on the Jamie Foxx show, and she has been in the group longer than Max and Don, and she will never get the respect that Max and Don have because she's the replacement, and that's just how it goes, child. I hate them for her, but that's why I had to ride for Max. But I ain't gonna chill. Have you watched these reviews? When have I ever chill?
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen out world. I love you
that out loud, and maybe you'll
chill chase.
Hope.
Well, all right. Then wait a minute. Well, let's see what the people saying.
They say Candy do lie.
I ain't say she lied.
No, they say it in the comments.
You said that she tells the truth, so that's why they said that.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny ain't lie.
I said I ain't caught her in one. That's all I can go by. I catch other housewives in lies.
JT Lit says Xscape will never perform together again with the four of them. It's over, all because of Run Tasha. Oh, you reading that?
I like that name. I like that
Run
name.
Tasha. Yes, thank you guys for watching tonight. Don't forget, we got merch. You need to buy it. I like that commercial. That should be like the jingle. We got merch. You need to buy it. Anyway, this isn't Housewives. Get back on track, Sam. So, I thought
I'll see you at the reunion, Antonio.
At the reunion.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, at the union, down to the union. Is he gonna be at the union in Houston this weekend too?
Antonio, no.
Oh baby, I was gonna fight, baby. Baby, I said, no, wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute.
Chase, that's not being filmed.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Y'all gonna have one of those
Bravo said no. The lean said no.
The lean said no. All right. Back to the actual what we were supposed to be doing. We got sidetracked. It was a good conversation. Candy says Xscape agreed that they wanted the headline, but she's gonna allow Latasha to look the fool for a Motown contract because she is not going to allow her to be the savior. Tamika then goes ahead and begins discussing ideas for the shows, and Latasha is taken aback because she normally coordinates the show. Latasha says that Tamika was never in a planning meeting or in that space and rarely even showed up to the studio. Why? Because she probably didn't want to deal with you and Candy fighting over who was singing lead. She's going to let Tamika take that from her as well, since she's taking everything, most especially the sisterhood away. And the girls are throwing out ideas, and Candy just knows that it is getting Latasha riled up. Now, that's something I don't like about Natasha, come on, dog. The sisterhood away, come on, dog. Like, really? It's giving poor team.
Yeah, like, how do you want to say whether or not, how do you feel about Tamika doing what she's doing when you haven't even really been present? Like, we don't even know if you're gonna be, be in the group or not. So somebody has to be creative director. And now you're scared of you being shady. Like, you can't even show up to the damn rehearsal. But you think that you're supposed to still hold your creative director position? It don't work like that.
And every time you come in, you sit next to SWV. You don't even sit next to your peoples.
And they be looking like, girl, what? Why do you keep sitting over here by us? Tiny thinks Tamika's ideas are cute and corny. They are. Coming out, on a horse in the 90s and but TLC does that throughout their show. Have you ever been to one of their shows? They start off in the 90s.
TLC.
Okay, all right. Tamika Field.
Tough crowd.
Wow. Yeah, geez Louise. Jesus Christ. Tamika's feeling her beats, and she informs the ladies that she think they should ride in on horses. And Lily said, boo, I ain't rode a horse in 92, and even then I was a pony. You better be lucky we get in this show. You better hope the microphone's on. You better hope we show up. You better hope we make 1/4 of what y'all making. And you better hope both our names is on them headlines together. Because other than that, you and your horses can ride off into the sunset. And I said, all right, Lily. Jeez Louise. Everyone gets their assignments, and they are ready to prepare for the show. So, you guys, that was one hell of a meeting. It just seemed like every time these two groups get together, there's some sort of fireworks. And how are we feeling about everything right now? Before we get to what we're getting into later, how are we feeling so far about this joint show? Is it looking like it's going to happen as of now?
Well, from us watching, we know
from us watching, not from what we know.
Yeah, well, I mean, even still, it's got to happen because they signed these contracts, right? I'm just glad that they were able to sit and come to an agreement that they will both co-headline the show.
Well, compared to the contract don't mean nothing because the show never happened. So, but if I didn't know that and I'm watching the show, I would think, okay, they're gonna move forward based on this last conversation. They agreed to co-headline. I would be thinking this gonna happen.
Yes, I'm hoping that it will happen, you guys, because I want to buy a ticket. Candy is at the studio preparing the set list for the show when Coco arrives with her son, Jay. Coco is still leery about allowing him to sing full time, and then we show a clip of him singing full time.
You should be.
I'll wait.
He shouldn't even be singing part time.
You know what I think?
Volunteer, nothing.
No seasonal singing, no wedding singing, just go.
Y'all don't think if he got a vocal coach and got into a vocal group, he would be all right?
Your mama is Coco. She can't. If Coco can't get you together, then
I don't think Coco looks like she's trying to get them together.
Because she knows.
Yeah, and if your mental health ain't good enough for school, your mental health really ain't good enough for the industry.
Look at his mama. Like I want Coco to just tell him the truth. Like, I don't think that you can do this. Because I feel like she's setting him up even more for failure to even let him think.
But like she thinks she can sing. She's had him in her lives saying, "Listen to my baby." Like thinks he can sing.
You know what? I've heard things that he has done that have sounded pretty good. I don't know what's going on lately, but I have heard moments where I hear a little voice.
Okay.
Whose CD would you buy first, his or Candace's?
Candace.
Damn. All right. Well, to be fair, Mama did eat up that national anthem, so I'm gonna give her.
She did.
Really I'm gonna eat that.
Yes, she did.
I said, you better give a diva a hole, because that's what a diva do. When she said, I said,
I was glad she did work because people normally get tore up with the anthem. They get tore up. People
listen. It's easy, but it's hard because it's voice, and that shows whether you got one or you don't. If you can sing the anthem and make it through, we working with something. So maybe he need to come on. We invite you, Jay. Come on our show, sing the national anthem, and get these girls off your back. I'm rooting for you. Oh my God!
Camera going off when he.
Oh my God! Today
I won't make that.
Okay. All right. Latasha arrives with her bad energy, and Candy is trying to. Now, I will say this: I don't know if Candy was faking for the camera, or she was sincere, but it looked like she genuinely was like, just like, "Hey, girl, how you doing? You know, I don't like you. I know you don't like me, but hey, girl, how you doing? Let's talk about this music." Was she being real, or was she being real wrong?
She was trying to be professional. Let's just do this. Like,
the camera's rolling. Both of our groups want to quit this show, and it's people cheering in here. So. Art Roy says they did one show. Candy said they didn't make any money though. Show how much y'all make and stop putting things out there.
They don't want to show just them because they always on shows together.
All right, Dr. Heavenly.
No, like I think she's referring to the because what she said that they did the one show, but outside of what wasn't filmed, they were talking about putting the tour together. And I'm guessing because the one show that they did, the one in Canada, didn't really fare well. They both were just like, eh. But
you can't judge U.S. sales based on Canada.
Now, I would say this: did the show not do well because it wasn't a loaded lineup, or was it just because?
I don't understand why y'all should did that in Atlanta. Like I could have did that one show.
But that's you got to know your market, baby. That's not even a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Canada is Deborah Cox territory, baby. Just leave it alone.
Oh, I love me some Deborah Cox.
And Tamia.
Huh. They thought that they were gonna sell them tickets, and Deborah said, "Absolutely not." Oh boy, Candy's trying to get her to work with her to get the set list down, and Latasha says she hasn't put much thought into it because she got a lot going on. And Coco says that she can feel the tension between Latasha and Candy, and she want to go home because she's scared. Somebody take her mic off. She's scared. Coco and Candy said they want the hottest show possible, and Latasha just said, "Child, we figured that shit out. It's just the hits is the hits. You can't unhit a hit. The hits, we figured that. It wasn't that big of a deal."
Candy was even trying to throw her. I feel like Candy was trying to throw her like I really want to do this with you by throwing her the song that they normally don't sing, that Tasha sing live on, "Arms of the One You Love."
I wouldn't want to hear that. I know people love that song, but I wouldn't want to hear that. That's not one of my favorites. I don't like that song.
I love it. Why would she not want to put that on why would she not want to put that on the set? And that's one of her best songs.
That's her song, right? She sings lead on that.
I know you're going.
As soon as I hear it, guess what I do, y'all?
Yep.
I turn it up, baby.
My song on the album is Your Eyes.
Your eyes, they tell me.
I love that song.
And when you look in your Girl, the bird finna come out of me, baby. Yes. So now to the song. Yes. My favorite song from that album. I have one that's not a single. You know which one I do like? All of them sing lead on it. I don't think people like this song, but I like it. Can't you see your love is all I need?
I know it. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a fan of it. I know the song. It sounds good. It's just not my thing.
That album,
but they do sound good. You're right though. That Chase, they do sound good on it.
It's an amazing song. That and of course my favorite single is from the album is "This Place on Earth." No, ma'am, "Softest Place on Earth." Baby, because one thing about her, she's singing for the Lord today. But 30 years ago, that Tasha, baby, she's talking about that thing.
Is she singing for the Lord?
Comments. I don't think she was singing for the Lord. She was singing about what the Lord gave her.
Because the new single sound like R&B.
Baby, y'all drop in the comments and tell us if you got a favorite song from Traces. Let us know about that because I need to know. Traces was hit. They said it. Candy said she don't like it. I love that album. I'm sorry.
That's my favorite one.
I think it's their best album. It's their best album.
And she hates it. But I know why she hates it, of course.
All the arguing.
Up to be the Pips. But girl, they turned out some beautiful chaos. Tamika and Tasha with the creative director discussing the stage setup. And bitch, is it me or was I the only one getting excited? I was like, bitch, yes. So show that.
It was cute. It was cute. And you know what I like the most about it, but you can tell like Taj and Tamika, they really didn't have a lot of input in their group. So they was just sitting there amazed, like, oh, this is the stage? Or this
I got a voice.
It was good to see them be excited about actually being able to have some type of input.
Wow, it's the little things.
Yeah.
It's the little things. There's this reviewer that I listened to, Nayrab. Shout out to Nayrab. She's right now reviewing Florence Ballard's book. and just the stuff that Florence, she's done Mary, she's done Diana's, and now she's doing Flo's. And just from their different perspectives of what was going on in one of arguably was the first Black girl group, super group, 12 #1 hits, is just amazing. You know what I mean? Like, so for these girls to be excited over these little wins, I'm happy for them. Because no matter what you do, you know, people always say, oh, well, this person is a better part of the group, or da 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 da. But everybody contributes, right? So everybody contributes something. So while they're at the stage getting it set up, you know what I'm saying? They running up a bag, and when they run up the bag almost hit $200,000. And Todd, being thrifty, says, you know, hey, listen, this shit is expensive, and we can set up a GoFundMe. And Todd said, boo, this ain't TLC. I did put it on the GoFundMe. I did. I ain't gonna lie, I did, because I love TLC. But as a whole, everything seems on the up and up. Did this not get anyone else excited for the show? I got really excited.
I did too. And that I was laughing at that budget going up on the screen.
And then she added the horses. They took them away. That was
and they took it away with
I said they're having fun with this show. Let's see what we got going on in the comment. Dr. C say the baby sound good to him. Or to her. Oh, I'm so sorry. Miss Dr. C. Damn.
And I guess for me, I think he's horrible. It's just not gonna be a career.
He sound like me when I'm in the bathroom getting in the shower. That's how I be. Just
I need confirmation. Let me ask. Bring him on camera.
Her.
Who?
Oh, him. Yes, I asked him.
I'm talking about Sammy. His man.
Oh no, I'm still thinking we talking about. I'm looking through the comments, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I apologize.
He just has a beautiful voice.
Oh really?
He's supposed to though.
Be honest.
What?
Get out of here. Go. Just go.
Steven.
Oh, I want a man.
Me
Am I crying for real now?
Me too.
On Speak On It, Candy said that her and Latasha got into a huge argument during the scene, and Coco ended up leaving. She said production didn't show it because it had nothing to do with the show. For Pete's sake, what are they arguing about if it's not group business? For Pete's sake.
I don't see.
They're getting on my nerves.
Yeah, what kind of argument could they have that didn't have to do with
the show?
Them girls really just don't like each other.
OBA says, but hey, wait. OBA says he has a voice, but it needs work. I don't see much stardom at all, maybe in a boy group. But for now, it's a no. Hopefully, he focuses on school more. But hey, Harry Styles won a Grammy, and Selena Gomez has #1 albums, then anything is possible. And Antonio says he just needs some lessons. Everyone is having discourse. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Hey, Green Girl says, I thought the show was in Ontario, California.
Wherever it was at.
Hey, Green Girl, don't be coming up here correcting us. Thank you, though. You're right.
Thank you. Somewhere with a C.
Antonio says they was arguing about old stuff. Goodness. Why? All right. Candy meets with Don Juan and says that she doesn't have this problem with the Candy Factory where she owns it. She employs everybody. They all work for her, and they're going to agree with everything she said. And that's what I'm talking about.
That was such a horrible comparison. Like, because Escape is not her group that she owns. It's not her business. She don't have the final say. Like, it was just such a dumb analogy to me. It's a dumb comparison.
Basically, we don't have this problem because I say what goes and everybody just do it. I don't understand why Escape won't get along and do what I say do so we can just get along. Girl, this is what I'm talking about. And Todd said, Don Juan said, you right. And that's why I'm saying when she's wrong, no one corrects her. That's what I'm talking about, Sammy.
But you know what I will say? As dumb as that was to compare, like you are the boss when it comes to that. What I need, them other 3 members or other 2 members, however they're gonna feel that day, they need to stop letting her carry them. Like y'all want her to speak up for you this, y'all want her to do this, y'all want be a part of the group. So when she does something that y'all don't like, then all of a sudden now y'all just can't get on one accord. Is she y'all leader? Or is she y'all like what's happening? Y'all need to be a group and quit letting her carry it because she's Candy. And then when she's doing something that y'all don't like, all of a sudden all hell's breaking loose. And I go, Tasha mainly.
MJ says that, well, that is a part of the show. MJ says that they were arguing about Tasha feeling like Candy could have resolved the issue between the two sisters.
That's not her issue to resolve.
I don't think Candy wants that issue resolved between the two of them. It worked in her favor to have Tamika on their side.
I'm just really tired. I'm just really tired. Sammy, you were saying, please reiterate your point just one more time if you don't mind.
They can't pick and choose when they want Candy to lead them. Well,
absolutely agree.
Tasha can't, because even I know we haven't got there yet, but think about the end of the episode. What you want to do? Like y'all know what's going on, but y'all want Candy to say it, and then y'all want her to take the heat. Like I just don't. I feel like, yeah, she can't compare Xscape to the Candy coded anything because those are your businesses. But those girls let her run Xscape like it's their business too. I mean, like it's her business too.
What is the reason why people just don't say stuff to Candy? Are they afraid that she held so much power that she's going to abuse it, or like what is the reason?
I think part of it stems from them not wanting Candy to walk away either. Because remember the last show they had an Escape, Candy barely wanted to do it. So I feel like they just ride with it now too to make sure she don't go.
Wow. Well, then everybody has something.
She really don't need. I mean, I hate to say it, but Candy,
she doesn't need it.
She don't need Escape no more.
Honey doesn't either. Tamika, and that's why I feel she's my favorite member of the group. That girl is riding on this, and them bitches just can't get it together.
It's always somebody like that.
And Tasha know, because if it wasn't for Candy, she wouldn't have a beat going while she down there trying to be doing Shadow Award.
And Tasha know because she worried about this gospel album and only two people gonna buy it, her, Rocky, and Gloria. She already got a tour bus for what? To go from East Point to Alpharetta?
You think they're gonna buy it with Tamika money?
Oh! Yolanda Adams don't even got a bus. What she got one for?
Pay your sister $30K. Don't do your sister like that. I would not
have come on TV with that attitude, and I'm trying to sign a gospel album. You look everything but Christian. Well, you might look like a Christian behind the scenes, but that's a different story. So go ahead.
I can't cuss about that no more because I cussed out a couple weeks over that.
So sick of her.
All right. So we still at the Candy Factory in Don Juan, still screaming and hooping and hollering, child.
Like vinegar every time you talk.
Candy says that Coco's energy was amazing and positive, and Latasha's was on the womp womp. She feels now that Escape is experiencing a resurgence, that Latasha is trying to use that to leverage a solo career, and
she is.
I'm not advocating for Latasha, but duh. What are you supposed to do? The only thing that she did wrong was go about it like a nasty twat. But when you are in a situation when there is something hot, you obviously spin off more product that makes you viable. So in the instance that goes away, you will have more things going, or you're just trying to get as much, because you never know. This could have a window of 5 to 6 years. In that 5 to 6 year window, you do the Escape. You never not do the Escape, but you also do your solo stuff. You also put out a cookbook. You also put out a seasonal line. You know what I'm saying? You do as much as you can that hinges off of that brand while you can. So of course, you know, Candy said that her biggest fear was that it was going to shit on her when they got hot. Yes, Latasha is doing that, but she didn't have to do it like that. She could have used that business relationship and kept it positive and cordial for the sake of her having a business relationship when the Escape iron runs out of steam, okay? Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, she's supposed to do that, Candy. Now, what she's not supposed to do is shit on you. So here we go again. I think it's just really, they don't want to get it together. If it was Candy, you think Candy wouldn't put out a dildo line? If Latasha was on Real Housewives of Atlanta and the lead of Escape, you got life messed up.
I don't mind Tasha what she's doing. I just don't like how she's doing it. But I think they've all said that. They've all said that it's just very reminiscent to them of back when she did it in the 90s. She was just very nasty with it.
And not to defend Tasha too, but I also feel like if she was completely honest and tried to go about it the right way, I don't know that it still would be all nice and cool to them. I still really don't. I still feel like there may be some kind of issues there because they're going to think about their money as Xscape for now.
MJ said, I heard that song today. Pay your sister, baby. The way I was trying to get that uploaded, that's why I was a little late. I was really trying to get that uploaded as the intro, but baby, StreamYard wasn't having it, baby, because that was going to be the intro. 30K.
I wish Tasha realized that Xscape couldn't go on without her. It won't go on without Candy because as much as people laugh at Candy's voice, her in the background vocals is very prominent and necessary and needed in their songs.
Her background, the sound is built, the background vocal is built around her sound. They turn her microphone up in that booth. That is no ifs, ands, or biggity buts about it.
And it sounds good.
You hear Candy on every Xscape song. You hear background, just song, lead in the background. You hear her, whether she politicked for it, whether they felt like her voice was unique, it's on there. We can't dispute what it is. I can't sit and do the semantics about pulling threads and saying, "Oh, well, she politicked and got that." It don't matter. She got it. It's on there. It is what it is.
It is.
Okay.
She said that on her speak on it that they built the backgrounds around her voice being so distinct. So when you hear that song, you know that's Xscape. So
absolutely.
But you know what? I don't even think it's about at this point. I know for me because I've always said like, if it ain't all four of them, I don't want to hear it. But at this point, after watching the show, I think that's more so why Xscape will go on. They can now go on without Tasha because now people are just like, girl, get the hell away from them. Go on.
Tamika can sing her part.
Yeah, so exactly. So at this point, it's like, okay, y'all four.
Y'all gonna be mad at me.
Go the hell on.
Y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's just something about Xscape with a Tasha vocal on it. I know she's run Tasha. I know she do Scatterplot runs, but
I agree with you. I think it's needed, but Latasha being gone won't have the same effect as Candy being gone. You see that Xscape album without Candy, what it did.
Absolutely. Pay your sister. So basically, you know, they're having flashbacks to Latasha's 90s treatment towards them, and Don Juan encourages Candy to not make Latasha a priority. Taj and Coco go shopping with Jay, and Jay tells Taj that he hasn't enjoyed being in college or dentistry school, and that he wants to drop out full-time to pursue a music career. Taj urgently encourages him to do both, and they even use Meg Thee Stallion as an example, and he says, "I'm not Megan Thee Stallion." And I know everybody looked up like, "Bitch, we know." But, you know, listen, yeah, we know you're not her, but still, that should be an encouraging thing. And Taj used an example of, you know, once Xscape was over and her modeling contracts dried up, she had to take a job at a call center because she dropped out of college to hit the road with SWV in the early 90s. And so, you know, he has all these cautionary tales. I think that he has the tools to, you know, explore. See, someone like him, certain people don't have a choice. He has the opportunity to make choices and do both. Why not do both if you can do both? You put out a little EP here, you put out a little EP there. You know what I'm saying? You do your third thizzle and you go to school. Do it. The thing that I find interesting about not going to school, unless it is truly not for you, you spend more time talking about how you don't want to go to school, and you look back and you realize you could have went to school and been done with it by the time you got done talking about how bad you didn't want to do it. Me. So do your thug thizzle, cuz. Go get your dentistry license. Music is always going to be there. People are putting out EPs every day. You can put out an EP, 3 songs max. Cause woo. But yeah, what did y'all think about that? With the advice that Taj gave Jay?
It was funny when she said, "What was it? Was it a breath?" Like I thought,
because that would have had me out. Because you know I don't like stank breath. Y'all know that.
I would have laughed at that, but I just always find it interesting when, like, with Coco's perspective, you know, when you were trying to go into music, your mother did to you the same thing that you're kind of doing to your son right now.
Okay.
So I always find that interesting.
The interesting thing to me is she said that she didn't want either of her kids to be in the industry. Isn't the oldest son a rapper?
He's pretty successful too.
And she was like, he's amazing. But now you have this one here. I mean, basically she was proud of him and his music. But now she has this one, and I don't think she's being honest and telling that boy, like, I don't
or she's being protective about, you know, him being an extremely feminine guy trying to come out into the R&B where she know how vicious the world is. She could be being overprotective too.
And they haven't really explored the dynamic between her and her oldest son, but it was really tumultuous, really rocky, really volatile. And I think they have just now over the last few years come to a greater understanding of each other and the respect. But they've had some really, really hard times as a mother and son. And so while he was kind of out living and doing his own thing without seeking his mother's approval, I think she held on to the youngest one that much closer and that much tighter because the oldest one was not in the home and was wild. Well, I don't want to say wild, but exploring life and doing his own thing. Y'all could look that up. He is I guess they call him emo rappers.
Oh yeah, I did.
But he's pretty successful in that lane. Yeah, pretty successful in that lane.
When people tell him he need to have a backup plan, I think he views Coco as his backup plan. I'm still young. If I don't make it, I got time to go to school. Like I'm only 9, you know, I'm still young. I think that's how he looks at it.
Yo, we let your mama success fuck us. Don't you let it get you, boy. I don't think he needs to listen to that. But I also think he said he doesn't want to do dentistry. Maybe talk to him about do something else. Talk to him about that. Don't try to force him to be a dentist, but what else would interest you school-wise?
Even like Tasha, do something else in the music industry. You know, like she has something that you could be writing, you could be, you know, helping. He could do something in that lane.
Yeah. I want to listen to his song that he has out and see if it's good. And we'll come back. We should all listen to the.
I'll try again. It's been a while. I tried when it first came out. I'll try again.
Okay. All right. We're about to open up the lines as we're closing up the review. Xscape is rehearsing for the upcoming show. Natasha isn't there. She's home and finally about to sign her Motown deal. And one thing about it, baby, you would have thought Barry Gordy himself came down and delivered it to him, because, baby, this is what her dream is. This is the dream and the hope of the slave to sign a deal for her. And you know what? It is a dream and the hope of the slave to have your you be showcased and all of these things. Again, it's just that I for one cannot be terribly excited because of the way that she tainted it by her antics. And her husband is just a whole foul-toothed monster himself. Anyway, now a big thing about this is that she will be able to own her master. So whatever you do stream, she'll be able to own that. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. Rocky asks her what it means for her and Xscape, and she looks like, you know, I'm leaving these bitches, but I ain't gonna say it on camera. You know, I'm leaving these old. Back at rehearsal, and the ladies find out that Natasha isn't coming to practice, sound check, and only wants to show up for the show. Baby, she don't want to do none of the work. She want to get the check and keep it moving. Candy becomes infuriated, wanting to know why they let her get away with this every time. Tiny wants to know exactly what Candy wants to do about it, and I can honestly see why people feel like people set Candy up to be the bad guy, because Tiny encouraged her on more than one occasion to be honest about what she feels that the group should do moving forward. And Candy says that, you know, she feels like she's treating them like Diana Ross and the Supremes. And I said, well, you must be talking about the Cindy Bird song Supreme and not the Florence Ballad Supreme. Because one thing about Florence would have slapped the dog shit out of Diana if Diana tried her like that, baby. What? Anyway, and that's why she had to go. Check out that book. It's real good, y'all. Anyway, she says, better yet, Gladys Knight and the Pips. And I said, you ain't got to be insulting the Pips like that, because I like Gladys Knight and the Pips. Love overboard. Love overboard. Okay?
My love.
And Tamika says,
oh, sorry.
Baby.
Let's do it, Case.
Baby. That's that a different world, baby. You better get into it. Tamika says that the old her would have taken up for Latasha, but she has to admit that Candy is right and Latasha is wrong. Latasha says that they have come for her husband, and now you want to talk about my mama? I said, baby, you ain't Mariah. You're not Mariah. Ain't nobody talked about that lady. Ain't nobody talked about her. They did talk about Lucy. Ain't nobody talked about your mama. But we finna talk about Gloria, lift up wig wearing it. No, let me stop, because I respect people, mama. Latasha feels the opportunity is hers for the taking, and she's ready to run to the deal like it was 1995, and she has finally found that she can run to that. Latasha signs and takes a toast to freedom. And Xscape sings Tonight as Candy decides the show will happen with or without her, either way, and they will be fine. I will say that the way they put in those songs, I was getting a little emotional. I'm like, y'all, it ain't got to be like this, dog. Y'all fix this shit, bro.
And I actually thought the sound check sounded horrible.
Yeah. You said, wait, what?
I didn't think the sound check sounded good at all.
I will tell you this. I definitely listen.
Because you know, some people are always like,
There wasn't no harmony in them harmonies. I just tell you that.
It wasn't. And people always say, why do they got to do sound check when they be singing the same song for 90 years? That's why.
Because that's why.
And that's what any girl group.
I want to know who the hell, like, where did they find their entire management? You got the road manager ain't told y'all the lady ain't coming. She's sitting there talking about, can y'all check her mic? Listen, if Tasha can't come to the damn rehearsal, Tasha can't come to the show. And they better than me giving at least she could. No, you can't come to
her. 3 or 1.
Yeah, like hell no. Hell no. They better than me when it came to that, because that would have been it for her right then and there. Like, no. And then check her mic during a sound check. Hell no, I'm gonna check my mic. She can come and sound a fool if she wants to. But I wouldn't let her perform. And I feel like that's what they all wanted. Well, that's what Tiny wanted, but she wanted Candy to be the one to put it out there. And
either Tiny wanted that, or Tiny don't care and is telling Candy, so what you want to do then? So it could have been
because as soon as you say you out, girl, I'm gonna get up.
Yeah, it could have been either way.
She go back home to them 12 kids in that black house.
Oh, and then we see the preview of her daughter telling well, they got more songs than y'all.
They got more hits.
And she wasn't lying. If we want to talk about a preview, let's talk about how the hell we're talking about understanding the clothes over weak. Now, Candy, what are you not understanding? Because it needs to be weak. Okay?
That's delusional.
That is delusional. The phone lines are open. The people say Sammy is reading tonight. Sammy, you own 1 and not the 2. I know that's right. That's why I love working with Sammy. He be on the 1 and not the 2.
Week clears many entire catalogs for artists and girl groups of the 90s.
Yeah.
And one thing about it, I wanted to say that someone said Coco's solo career didn't flourish, and you may be right, but I tell you what, I bet your bottom dollar, Hot Coco and that first gospel album, baby, sung up and down on it.
So hard to say goodbye. My sound check was horrible just now too. Ooh.
Who cares?
At least you showed up for it though.
Let's see. Tiny don't care. She's spending T.I.'s money. Period. It's the least she could do. Don't get me started on that.
Listen.
MJ said they need to let her go like the Temptations did David.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio says on Speak On It, a lot comes out in the next 2 episodes. I don't really have the mental capacity to deal with it.
I'm sure Tasha did sign that contract, so now she like, so yeah, I'm sure all gonna come out now.
Yeah, but they gonna fire Tasha. Tasha gonna walk in and say Tamika was supposed to love me.
I would live for that. I am not gonna lie. I agree with Sammy. If you do not rehearse, then you do not perform.
And I agree with that too.
It just makes sense. Yeah, hey,
you're not putting in the work, but you're gonna collect the check.
Y'all see what happened when Farrah missed them performing them rehearsals?
It's better for you to go than not have you.
But y'all gonna be out there, and I'm not gonna have no luggage. All right, we're gonna drop the link one more time. If not, we're gonna bid adieu. We understand y'all tired of talking about it too, but we got 2 more episodes, you guys, and we're gonna speak on it.
I'm gonna go back and finish it.
You tell me about it, because I ain't gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it. I can't. I mean, but
you know, it's not that I don't enjoy her speak. I don't enjoy her speak on it. I'm just tired of the Tamar thing. Like, Chase, how you tweeted, they're aggravating me on the show already. Like, I'm ready for these 2 episodes to be over with.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, she spent the first 15 minutes of that discussing the Tamar issue, which I'm glad she.
Tamar need to promote that song that ain't selling.
That's what she said. She was like, "Girl, was this the promo? Was it the promo? Because they talking about me and you, not you and your music." So I mean, but she made a lot of good points.
Well, listen, the point is the point.
You called me a muppet.
She put the Billy Goat on her face. She did a little Billy Goat thing. She tossed it on her face. She was over there clowning.
You okay, Chase?
I'm gonna spit this wine out because y'all silly. All right, you guys. This is a closed set today. We're not going to take any callers, but we are going to thank you for calling. Somebody better call them. No, I'm joking. You don't have to call us. Okay. Good night. Good night. Y'all know I can't damn sing. Anyway, you people are talking about the Speak On It. Which one of you were calling to tell us what the hell they were talking about on the Speak On It?
Come on, Antonio, come tell us.
It seemed like Antonio finished it.
Ooh.
Well, shout out to everybody.
Well, it's been fun, and we want to thank you guys. We definitely understand why we don't take it personal, but we understand. Listen, I tweeted yesterday that this show has started to drain me between the show and this social media antics, and Candy Light retweeted and replied to my tweet that she damn agreed. And listen, the boss says she agreed. Something going on.
But you know what, Jay? Every time I watch an episode, I feel like that Marlo video where she drops to the bed and says, "Today was crazy."
Yeah, that's what I tweeted. I said, but I didn't put the day was they drained me. I just cut it out what you say. And she's swapping up. She said,
I used the grandma video, my favorite one.
All right. With that being said, you guys, don't steal from your sister. Make sure that you like and subscribe.
And show up for
videos.
Well, they said that was her check. They said those are her check, not Tamika's.
Oh, did somebody want to explain that? Because I could not watch it because his voice.
Rocky said they was paying. Rocky said they was really supposed to be paying Latasha, and the checks went to Tamika. Latasha was doing writing, but when I looked on Genius, Tamika is credited as writing on a lot of stuff.
So what it sounds like to me is that they were trying to get her writing credit so that she would receive residual income. And Latasha said in this episode, Tamika was not even in the studio. You should have thought about that when y'all agreed to give people writing credits. Well, regardless of whether they write or not, if it is not a written agreement. Why not give that explanation
on TV? It's giving you just thought about that now.
But you get what I'm saying? If you guys didn't have a written agreement,
it's my money.
That this belongs to us because you actually did not contribute. This is to make us seem like we contribute equally as a group. Then that money does not belong to you, whether you wrote it or not, love. You don't get to make the opportunities what people do with their purse. You ask her, you say, "Hey, girl,
you're going to jail."
Okay. So don't fuck with his money, y'all. Already know what time it is. With that being said, I want to thank my group members, Danny and Sammy. I also want to give a big up to Asia and Antonio. Dr. C, thank you so much for showing up. We really appreciate you all the time. We really do. One of our ardent supporters, MJ. Hey, look at Mims. Mims is in. Good to see you. It's been a while. Simaria, Antonio in the chat, JT Lit, Art World, OBA with his great musical analysis, Be Wise, and to anybody else who we forgot. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and lean out. But before we go, MJ, of course, I want to say something that lends to everything in life, especially when you get older. My mom always said, be careful how you treat people because you never know who you're going to need. And that doesn't mean to booty lick because you're using people, right? That's not what that means. That means to just treat people the way you want to be treated because, again, the same asses you kick on the way up, it's going to be the same booty you're going to have to lick on the way back down. Pay your sister.
Amen.
30K.
And get rid of that bus.
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.
Slander. It's never going to happen.